Hello guys, my name is Martijn, but most will know me as Total Warzone, and welcome to the second episode of Rome 2 Underrated Units. This is a series where I will discuss units that are not really known or not really used in multiplayer, while I think they can be pretty effective or cool. If you missed the first episode, I highly recommend checking that one out first. Click the screen right now, I was checking out the Illyrian Turiel spears in that one. As you probably saw in the title, today we're going to take a look at the Iberian Swordsmen available to the Lusitani, Arevaci and as a mercenary to Carthage. Some people already see this as a powerful unit, but it is rarely used and rarely seen in multiplayer. That's why I still want to point it out in this video, and I think this unit is still underrated by the main Total War community. The Iberian Swordsman is a light sword infantry unit coming for a cheap price of 320 talents. As always, we'll start off with a quick look at the stats of the unit. The Iberian Swordsman has a melee attack and weapon damage of 35, which is surprisingly high actually. You can compare these attack stats with, for example, a Pontic Swordsman, a Parthian Swordsman and almost a Tauric Swordsman. So yeah, really effective. Their melee defense is very high for the price as well. A defense of 60 is higher than Tauric Swordsman and most legionary tribes in the game. If we would draw conclusions right now, you could say that this unit is far overpowered for its price, but now we're getting to the weak sides instead. The Iberian Swordsman only has 15 armor, which is extremely low and almost comparable to Volksmen. This makes them extremely vulnerable to missile damage and cavalry charges. A morale of 40 makes them even more vulnerable to routing from such attacks. This means that you will need to use them wisely. I would say that the Iberian Swordsman has very good stats for the price, but if your opponent exploits their weak sides, you're pretty much done for, they will be destroyed. That doesn't mean the end of the world, however, as this unit only comes at a very cheap cost of 320 talent. The Iberian Swordsman does not have access to any special formations or abilities to boost their stats though, except for one special skill add-ons. When CA added Fire Will for infantry, the Iberian Swordsman became a hybrid unit. This means that it is an infantry unit with a toggleable missile attack, including longer range, more ammo and a range indicator for the unit. This gave a serious boost for the unit. The missile attack has a range of 80, the same as regular javelins and peltast, and also the same as Illyrian Turiel spears, the unit that we discussed last week. They also carry 5 ammo, which is comparable to 7 for normal missile units. The damage of the missile attack is kind of average, but 5 bonus versus large of the attack makes it very usable. Good attack and defense stats combined with a powerful missile attack make this unit extremely cost effective if used right. That are the key words for this unit, if used right. It makes them way more worth than 320 talents. You need to use this unit for what it's meant to do, and I will get into strategies to do that for them in a bit. There are two main types of engagements you never want to get with Iberian Swordsmen. The first thing is that you never want to use these guys to fight against cavalry. Yes, their decent attack makes them effective against them, but if you get charged in any way, the Iberian Swordsman is dead. In a catfight, the enemy can just pull out and charge again and your Iberian Swordsman is gone. There's just too much of a risk, so I don't recommend using them in that way. The second thing you don't want to do is putting them in the front line of your army. This means that they will absorb all enemy missile damage and the enemy charge, and because of the extremely low armor they will be dead instantly. I would also recommend avoiding all front engagements, as the enemy charge will just rip through you and just cut through the armor of the Iberian sword. You might be wondering now, well, how should I use the unit then? You want to use this as a flank unit is the answer, a support unit. Let your mainline engage the mainline of the enemy, then bring your Iberian Swordsman to the flank and first start peppering them with javelins in the back. They will get quite some kills by doing this, and once you finish this, when you think it's the right moment, charge into the back of the enemy army and they will rack up kills very quickly. By doing this, your unit won't get charged and their low armor doesn't matter as much as normal. Main conclusions are that you do not want this unit against cavalry, and you don't want to get charged by anything, and you don't want to absorb any missile damage with them. If you use them as flankers, as skirmishers, as a support unit, they can be extremely powerful and most of all extremely cost effective. This is a great support unit for the army, a great dedication for your extra money in an online battle. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Underrated Units, and I hope that I will see you guys back in the next one. See you guys later.